going to see about the research process. So far we have seen about the business research methods, what are all the research, everything we have seen. Now we are going to see about the research process. First point is define research problem. So this is very important one. The researcher has to do, first of all they have to identify the problems, in which area they are going to find the problem. So before entering into work, they have to know about the data which they are going to collect the information. Either it may be of primary data or otherwise of secondary data. So in this secondary data, one thing is, it is next one we are going to see about the review of literature. In this, they have to go for secondary data. Secondary data means what? Which is already available data. How they can collect the information? The researcher, they can use the already available sources. Like they can collect the information through newspapers, magazines, journals, previous whatever they are having the articles like that, they can go through it. Previous research reports, project reports, everything they can collect the informations. Even in the online informations, there are more data are available. Through that they can go for it. That is called review of literature. Regarding to that research, already if the researcher, previous researcher, they can do regarding the problems whatever they have identified. Like that they can go for review of literatures. So review of literature, first thing is review concept and theories. So in this they can go for it, means concepts. Whether the researcher already they are having the same topic, whether the some previous researchers they have done that project or everything, they can collect the information through this. Again, previous research findings, what they said in that previous findings means even for example, if you are going to do a project, means your seniors what they have been done so far, the same topic, so many research articles are available in that. Particularly the researcher what they have to do means, what are all the topics are available in the same topic, they have to identify it. Keeping that, in this the researcher they have to prove it which they have been identified in this. So that it is very important one. So in this review of literature, they can go for it, collecting of information. So that it is called as secondary data. If they are going for primary data, means what they have to do is they have to collect the information by way of questionnaires. So through questionnaires they can collect the information. So primary data means what? It is a fresh data. So the researcher through the questionnaire they can collect the information. Okay. So this is a main important thing, primary data. So in this research process, after review of literature, we have to go for formulating of hypothesis. So primary data, they have to collect the information after collecting of questionnaires. What they have to do? They have to go for analysis part. So defining the problem itself, the researcher must keep in the mind what they are going to do for it. So that it is important one. So as a researcher, they while entering into the, even if you are doing a project, means what you have to do while entering into a project itself, you have to be clear with that what you are going to do with it. First of all, what problem you are going to analyze it, keeping that problem, previous data means of review of literatures, how they are collecting the information right there, they have to keep it in the mind. Through that, what the hypothesis, so for that objective framing is very important one. So keeping that objectives only, you have to frame the questionnaires. So what your objective is, so keeping the objectives only, they have to frame the hypothesis. If you are going to calculating of rank analysis, for example, means what you have to do, you have to ask the questions regarding that rank analysis. Like that, whatever you are going to frame the hypothesis, means of if chi-square you are going to apply, means what you have to do, in the questionnaire itself, you have to concentrate the relationship between the two questions. So that relationship you have to frame the questions. So while framing the questionnaire itself, you have to be very concentrated in that. What are all the hypotheses you are going to frame? Keeping that, you have to frame the questions. For example, if you are going to for even rank correlations or chi-square or ANOVA, whatever you are going to implement that analysis, according to that you have to frame the questionnaires. Okay, so like that, formulating of hypothesis. Next one is, hypothesis is what you are going to do, what the calculation you are going to for analysis. Keeping that, you have to formulate the hypothesis.